The King and Queen of Thailand attend an air show in Bangkok. The hereditary Grand Ducal couple of Luxembourg attend a celebration in Edelbruck. Queen Rania of Jordan hosts an iftar for women leaders in Aqaba. Princess Leonor of Asturias participates in a ceremony in Montevideo. And Crown Prince Christian of Denmark welcomes his family to his military barracks in Slagelse. All this and much more coming up next on your Royal Daily News. Good afternoon, everyone. I hope you all are doing well today. My name is Alexandra, and welcome to your Royal Daily News for Sunday, March 9th, 2025. On Saturday, Their Majesties, King Frederick X and Queen Mary of Denmark, along with their three children, Princess Isabella, Prince Vincent, and Princess Josephine, visited His Royal Highness Crown Prince Christian of Denmark at the Antorskov Barracks in Slagelse. On February 3rd, the Crown Prince began his 4-month military training with the Guard Hussar Regiment. According to the Royal Court of Denmark, families of the conscripts were invited to visit the barracks to experience life in their new surroundings and to meet other recruits. As I mentioned in the February 3rd episode of Royal Daily News, with the Crown Prince beginning his military training with the Guard Hussar Regiment, he follows in his father's footsteps. In 1988, King Frederick X, then Crown Prince Frederick of Denmark, became a platoon commander in the Royal Danish Hussar Guard Regiment. By 1989, he was appointed as First Lieutenant in the reserve. Earlier in the day, and on the occasion of International Women's Day, Her Majesty, Queen Mary of Denmark, took to social media, stating, quote, "On this Women's Day, I think of the many women who have had an impact on my life, and on women's lives in general. In a time of change and challenges, it makes extra sense to remember the victories that have been achieved, and hold on to the dreams that are still waiting to be realized. And perhaps, most importantly, remind ourselves and each other that we can all be the woman or man who supports other women." Signed, Her Majesty, the Queen. End quote. On Friday, in Herning, the Queen, Her Royal Highness Princess Benedicte of Denmark, and Her Serene Highness Princess Natalie of Sayn-Wittgenstein-Berleburg attended the Danish Warm Blood Stallion certification at the Jyske Bank Boxen. On the occasion of her upcoming 18th birthday, on Monday, April 21st, 2025, the Royal Court of Denmark released 2 new portraits of Her Royal Highness Princess Isabella of Denmark. The portraits were taken by longtime court photographer Mr. Steen Evold at Frederick VIII's palace at Amalienborg. The Royal Court of Denmark's new Director of Communications, Ms. Nina Z. Munch-Perrin, also announced that Princess Isabella's birthday will be officially marked on April 11th and April 15th in Aarhus and Copenhagen. On Friday, April 11th at 2 p.m., Aarhus Municipality will host a birthday event at Aarhus City Hall, which is a, quote, "tribute to the city's many young talents in creative fields, such as music, sports, food, and design." End quote. On Tuesday, April 15th at 7:30 p.m., the Princess and the royal family will attend a gala birthday performance at the Royal Danish Theatre's Old Stage in Copenhagen. On Friday, the royal courts of Sweden and Norway released a new photo of their Royal Highnesses, Crown Princess Victoria and Prince Daniel of Sweden, accompanied by their 2 children, Princess Estelle and Prince Oscar of Sweden, along with their Royal Highnesses, Crown Prince Haakon and Crown Princess Mette-Marit of Norway. The image was taken shortly before the royals attended the FIS World Ski Championships on late Friday afternoon. On Thursday, in Stockholm, Her Royal Highness, Crown Princess Victoria, Sweden, held an audience with the president of the World Bank, Ajay Banga, at the Royal Palace. In the afternoon, the Crown Princess attended a meeting in the Carl 15th Hall at the Royal Palace with staff members who are currently enrolled in the diplomatic program or the Foreign Service Administrator and Assistant program at the Ministry for Foreign Affairs. According to the Royal Court of Sweden, these programs prepare the staff for roles in the Foreign Service, either at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs in Stockholm or at Sweden's embassies, representations, and consulates abroad. The Crown Princess completed the diplomatic program in 2007. On Saturday, Her Highness, Princess Marta Louisa Norway, spent the afternoon with her three daughters, Maud Angelica, Leah Isadora, and Emma Tallulah, at the Oslo Raw Frogner Cafe. In her social media post, the princess wrote, quote, "I can't think of better people. Actually, my favorite people to celebrate International Women's Day with. My dear girls, you all exude brilliance, determination, great ideas, and the understanding that women naturally have a place at the table. My hope is that the world is left in your hands in better shape than we knew it." End quote. On Friday, it was announced that His Majesty King Harald V of Norway will go on private holiday abroad, beginning on March 16th through April 5th, 2025. On Thursday morning, in Oslo, Her Royal Highness, Crown Princess Mette-Marit of Norway, met with representatives from the Norwegian fashion industry at Innovation Norway. The purpose of the visit was to discuss innovation and future visions for the, quote, "further development of the fashion industry in a global context," end quote. According to the Royal Court of Norway, Norwegian fashion brands are, quote, "constantly evolving and challenging traditional norms by focusing on ethical production, a circular economy, and environmentally friendly materials," end quote. During the meeting, the Crown Princess received a presentation in which the fashion representatives discussed their efforts in production, design, sustainability, and reaching an international audience. As I mentioned in Thursday's community post, after the Crown Princess finished her engagement at Innovation Norway, the communications manager for the Royal Court of Norway, Ms. Guri Varpa, issued a press release regarding the Crown Princess's health. Unfortunately, her chronic pulmonary fibrosis, which she was diagnosed with in 2018, has progressed. Quote, "The Crown Princess has daily symptoms and ailments that affect her ability to perform her duties. The Crown Princess needs more rest, and her daily routine changes more quickly than before. This means that changes to her official schedule may occur more frequently and at shorter notice than we are used to. The Crown Princess has a strong desire to continue working, and therefore, we will organize her official program in the future in the best possible way so that her health and her work can be combined." End quote. So what is pulmonary fibrosis? Well, the Mayo Clinic describes the lung disease as being incurable, and that it, quote, "occurs when the lung tissue becomes damaged and scarred. This thickened, stiff tissue makes it harder for the lungs to work properly. Pulmonary fibrosis worsens over time. Some people can stay stable for a long time, but the condition gets worse faster in others. The lung damage caused by pulmonary fibrosis cannot be repaired. Medicines and therapies can sometimes help slow down the rate of fibrosis, ease the symptoms, and improve quality of life. For some people, a lung transplant may be an option. In people with pulmonary fibrosis, especially idiopathic pulmonary fibrosis, shortness of breath can suddenly get worse over a few weeks or days. This is called an acute exacerbation. It can be life-threatening. The cause of an acute exacerbation may be another condition or an illness, such as a lung infection, but usually the cause is not known. End quote. On Saturday, in Fontvieille, Her Serene Highness, Princess Charlene of Monaco, participated in a workshop during the second edition of the Pau Her at the Espace Léo Ferré. Pau Her is held on the occasion of International Women's Day. According to the Palais Princier de Monaco, during the workshop organized by the Croix-Rouge Monégasque and the Comité des Droits des Femmes, participants learned about infant, child, and adult life-saving gestures, with a particular focus on CPR and choking prevention. These skills are, quote, directly linked to emergency situations that one may encounter in everyday life, especially in aquatic environments where quick intervention can make all the difference. End quote. On Wednesday, in London, it was announced that Her Royal Highness, the Princess of Wales, as patron of the Football Association, will visit a referee training course at the Sporting Khalsa FC Willenhall, West Midlands, on Tuesday, March 11th. In a press release, it noted that the visit is a, quote, part of the FA's reflective and representative campaign, which aims to recruit 1,000 people from Black, Asian, and mixed heritage backgrounds into refereeing roles. End quote. Meanwhile, on the occasion of Commonwealth Day 2025, Buckingham Palace and Apple Music announced a special collaboration entitled The King's Music Room. For Buckingham Palace, quote, recorded at Buckingham Palace, the King's Music Room offers an exclusive insight into His Majesty's relationship with music from around the Commonwealth, including artists stretching from 1930s crooners to Afrobeat stars, as well as disco divas and reggae icons. A musical journey that reflects His Majesty's personal taste, the show is shaped by his extraordinary experiences from around the world. In the broadcast, the King also shares anecdotes about his encounters with some of the artists featured and reveals why the songs help form the soundtrack to his life. End quote. The King's Music Room will premiere on Apple Music One on Monday, March 10th at 6 a.m. for free. So I'm going to take a wild guess that the King likes Bob Marley. I mean, who doesn't like Bob Marley? I love Bob Marley. I grew up listening to his music. But the question is, does the King like Peter Tosh? Okay, moving on. On Wednesday, His Royal Highness, the Duke of Edinburgh, as patron of the British Paralympic Association, attended Day 5 of the 2025 World Wheelchair Curling Championships in Stevenston, Scotland. As patron of the British Paralympic Association, the Duke met with athletes and coaches from Team England and Team Scotland. According to Buckingham Palace, the Duke, quote, even took to the ice alongside Scottish curling coach and Olympic silver medalist Scott Andrews, and threw a curling stone to the 8-foot with a curling cue. End quote. On Friday, Her Royal Highness, Princess Leonor of Asturias, along with her fellow midshipmen aboard the Juan Sebastian de Elcano, arrived in Montevideo, Uruguay. In the afternoon, the Princess and the Minister of Defense of the Kingdom of Spain, Ms. Margarita Robles, presided over a swearing-in ceremony aboard the four-masted brig schooner. According to the Royal Court of Spain, 45 Spanish residents in Uruguay took part in the swearing-in ceremony. Quote, the Princess was the flag bearer with a formation of midshipmen commissioned for the occasion. In each edition of the training cruise, throughout all the stops made by Elcano, at least 250 Spaniards living abroad decide to swear allegiance. There are more than 73,000 Spanish residents in Uruguay, representing more than 2% of the population, making it one of the countries in the world with the highest number of Spaniards in relation to its population. More than half are of Galician origin, around 41,000, with numerous groups coming from Asturias, the Canary Islands, the Balearic Islands, or the Basque Country. It is estimated that almost 2 million Uruguayans are of Spanish descent. Spaniards have been an essential factor in the country's development, from the formation of the geography of its capital to the development of several inland departments. Currently, the Ley de Memoria Democrática, approved in 2022, allows the children and grandchildren of Spaniards who had to leave our country to apply for Spanish nationality without having to renounce their Uruguayan nationality. End quote. On Thursday evening, Her Majesty, Queen Rania of Jordan, hosted an iftar banquet at the Prince Rashid Club for women leaders from the Aqaba Governorate. According to the office of Her Majesty the Queen, after breaking the fast, the Queen wished the guests a blessed Ramadan. She also thanked them for their invaluable contributions to their communities, expressing her pride in their accomplishments. Quote, "Women play a very important role in the workforce and as a part of the labor market, as well as a pivotal role within the family." End quote. The Queen also extended her best wishes to the women of Jordan on the occasion of International Women's Day on Saturday, March 8th. On Saturday, in Amsterdam, Her Majesty, Queen Maxima of the Netherlands, attended a meeting on improving women's health, organized by Women Inc. After the meeting, the Queen received the first copy of the book entitled Diagnosis Women. On Thursday, in Amsterdam, Her Royal Highness, Princess Margriet of the Netherlands, presided over the inauguration of the exhibition entitled 40 Years of House Emma. According to RVD, House Emma is the first Ronald McDonald House in Europe, providing a, quote, place for parents, caregivers, and siblings of sick children to stay within walking distance of the hospital. End quote. On the occasion of International Women's Day, Their Majesties, King Philippe and Queen Mathilde of the Belgians, hosted a luncheon at Chateau de Laeken on Thursday for 8 remarkable women who are making a difference in various sectors. The theme of this year's International Women's Day was For All Women and Girls, Rights, Equality, and Empowerment. On Thursday afternoon, His Majesty, King Philippe of the Belgians, held a meeting with the President of Ukraine, Volodymyr Zelensky, at the Palais Royal de Bruxelles. On Thursday, in Edelbruck, their Royal Highnesses, Hereditary Grand Duke Guillaume and Hereditary Grand Duchess Stephanie of Luxembourg, attended the 75th anniversary celebrations of the Luxembourg School of Hospitality and Tourism. The Maison du Grand-Duc works closely with the LSHT, which is regularly called upon for major events. On Friday, in Bangkok, Their Majesties, King Rama X and Queen Sathita of Thailand, attended an air show at the Royal Thai Air Force Base 2 on the occasion of the 88th anniversary of the Royal Thai Air Force. And finally, on Saturday in Tirana, His Royal Highness, Prince Leka of Albania, took to social media to share a new portrait of himself with his daughter, Her Royal Highness Princess Geraldine of Albania, on the occasion of International Women's Day. In a social media post, the prince wrote, quote, "To strong women, may we know them, raise them, and have them near. For those who fill your life with love and your soul with peace." End quote. And there you have it. Thank you all so much for joining me on this beautiful Sunday afternoon. Thank you. I will be back tomorrow on Monday, March 10th, with all the latest royal news and events. Until then, I sincerely wish each and every one of you, your family, your friends, and of course your pets, a wonderful Sunday afternoon. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Comment below if you'd like, and click on the notification bell so you won't miss a new episode. Have a wonderful Sunday afternoon, everyone, and I will see you all tomorrow. Take care and God bless.